this is a fork in the road reading. It's it's a pick a card reading, of course. So we have the white glitter, we have the pearls, we have the flowers for this reading. So you can pick whichever one resonates for you, whichever one you're drawn to, and then we will start the reading, okay? I'll give you a second. Alright, let's get into the white glitter one. Okay, so the journey you're on, we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, putting work into love, friendships turn into romance, togetherness, anniversary, socializing, working on a relationship, long-term relationship. So you might be working on relationship goals or building something. So whatever path it is, I feel like you're building for your future, you're building for your family, building for your career in general. So the option 1, we have the Sun in reverse. So the Sun in reverse for option 1 is blind to the truth. You overlook the negative in situations, negativity, depression, sadness. You're naive. You don't look for what could go wrong. So you could kind of be one of these people that, overlooks everything because of other personal reasons. Maybe you're a little bit insecure. Maybe you're kind of one of these people that doesn't get out too much. So you kind of settle for something that isn't 100% what you want, but is 100% there for you at the current moment. So, So let's see. We have how option 1 will turn out. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. So, experiencing delays, plans being canceled, exhaustion, feeling let down, fatigue, nothing going right, questioning motivations, everything taking time or taking a long time to happen. So there could be points where you really feel like it's not going to work out. Like, you're probably like, no. But I do feel like it's a hard path to be on, and it's a hard option to have, so. And then we have option 2. We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is spiritual development, gifted, dividends. It could be psychic yourself or a medium. Having time to wait, transitions, improved divination, psychic ability, and sacrifice release. So, like, you could be sacrificing a lot, or you could be going away from your current situation, and look for something else, or wanting to be alone and kind of trying to find out what's going to happen next, or trying to find outcomes or problem solving your own fears and insecurities. You could also be working on something called, shadow work, light work, or doing some, just spiritual growth or personal growth, so that you can make the right options for you, and you can kind of find out what you like as a person and what you don't want, and, kind of go through that whole spiel. But you kind of need to know who you are before you can be with somebody else, So how option 2 will turn out. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, good things on repeat, repeating good results, lottery and gambling wins, change, inevitable fate, destiny, fate being in your favor, cycles. So with this whole journey that you're on, um, I was channeling your advice if, I was put in this situation. I feel like you're going to be sacrificing a lot for change, releasing a lot of things, a lot of toxic people, a lot of toxic situations, and where it feels comfortable, you're going to let go of that. So then you can let things happen. Um, Also, a lot of cycles are going to start happening. Whether they're good or bad, it's going to balance itself out in such a way where there might be a lot more good things that you expect and a lot of bad things that you don't expect. Until it gets to the point where it's just lucky, 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 and then happiness, happiness, happiness. So, so it's an inevitable fate. You're meant to make money, you're meant to have good things, you're meant to kind of go on this journey solo. So group one, if you're with somebody, you might need to either have personal time or you might need to kind of work at your own pace and do stuff by yourself independently for a long time. But if you're single or you're dating somebody, you might just go off on your own and be single for a while and then find out who you are as a person and find out what you want to do and kind of get more comfortable with who you are as a person. So then you can make the options, opinions, and find out like who you are and what you would want for long term. So making decisions based on that instead of just winging it. But group one, I feel like you're more into the financial spiel of things anyway at the current moment, and you kind of want to be secure. I feel like a lot of people are like this also, so a lot of people are probably picking group one. But, yeah, I feel like it's going to be a money dash for option two. Okay? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next reading, alright, group one? Bye now. Okay, we have that. We have the pearls. Alright, so, the journey that you are on, we have the Hermit in reverse. Feeling alone, lost your way, crimes against you, betrayal by friends and family, isolation, hiding what you really think. So you might kind of be an outcast right now, or, an outlaw of, maybe you're an influencer that kind of got the wrong end of the stick. But, there's always room for improvement, and there's always another day, Let's see. Option one, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is scared to dream, smothering, nothing to spend on non-essentials. Self-centeredness is conservative, jealous, is attached to earthly desires. So they're, again, if you're an influencer, you're kind of living that lifestyle where, you're making it happen. But, yeah, I do feel like there could be an over decadence in your life, so, one of those things. But, yeah, you've gotten used to a current lifestyle. So, let's see how option one will turn out. We have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a worthy foe, indecision, friends and lovers who are on your level, a stalemate, love, affection, intensity, worthy allies, difficult choices. So, like I said, you might get into a situation where you kind of have to make a decision based on necessity instead of want, and that might be a little bit hard for you. So just choose wisely. I can't choose for you, but I wish I could. But, yeah, it's entirely up to you. That's why it's called Fork in the Road. So option two is the Temperance. Temperance is pure commitment, middle path, a peaceful home, life, patience, the end of arguing, the end of conflicts, finding meaning, management of time and money. So there could be, some chilling out after you make a decision. I feel like 1 and 2 are going to be on your path, but I feel like one's going to have to happen first, and then you're going to kind of be going down a middle path in order to balance everything back and mix everything together in one great little thing. So then there's no animosity, no craziness. Everything's said and done, and it's just the end of any arguments. Because you don't need arguments. It's better not to have drama. So, how option 2 will turn out. We have the moon. So, complicated romance, uncertainty about love and relationships, secrets, lies, exaggeration. Follow your gut feeling, serendipity, delusion, and disillusionment. So, there could be a little bit of expectation that this is going to be a great idea. But with a lot of relationships nowadays, it's kind of like people come with so much baggage that they're hiding some of it in the yard. So it's, it's one of those things. So, group 2, I actually channeled your cards first. So I got Angel Initiative 782. I'm not really too sure what that is, but it's 782. I think the 8 is significant, but 782. Somebody could be a 7. Somebody could be an 8. Life path, or somebody could be a 2, or this could be a love triangle of a 7 life path, an 8 life path, and a 2 life path. So look those up, and also look up angel number 782. There could be more of a message there too, so just check that out if you want more information. So, just a lot of homework, but I assure you, it'll probably give you more of a wisdom boost, so you can make a more decisive action towards what you want, and who would be a better choice, or what is a better facet for you as a person. So, group 2, I hope this helps you out in some way. And, you look up those numbers and stuff so that you can make a decisive action towards what you want. Anyway, I hope this helps you out in some way. I will see you in the next reading. Bye now. Alright, we have flowers. Alright. Stuff for my nails that I never got to use, but, what are you gonna do? So, we have the journey that you're on, group 3. We have the 8 of Cups. So, leaving unhappy relationship, abandonment issues, moving on, discovering the truth, developing a relationship, seeking the truth, knowing them in quotes. So you're knowing the real them, and you're kind of like, I don't think I'm going to stick around, I'm going to leave, or I'm going to break up and just be on my own for a while. So you're on the solo journey to figure it all out. And then we have option 1. So option 1 is the 6 of Wands in reverse. So success that goes to your head, excess pride, lack of recognition, thirsty, thinking you know better than everyone else, punishment, appearing ignorant. So you could kind of be having a fat head at the current moment, maybe be saying a lot of things that are kind of out of school, and kind of boasting about stuff that's kind of basically, like, not written on paper. It's, just aforementioned nonsense. So, just be humble. Not too crazy. Um, so, so you don't block yourself from getting really good stuff in your life. People boast and they brag and then they have pride and ego and it just messes everything up. So just be aware of that. How option 1 will turn out for you. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. So, loss, theft, forgiveness, losing out to a competitor, lingering resentment, taking a beating, feeling like a failure, desire to reconcile. So this is going to kind of humble you, and maybe you really need to be humbled. I mean, it's not like, oh, let's go and get into a fight today. There could be a point where somebody takes what you say a little too seriously, or to the point of you're being annoying and you need to shut your mouth because that's not how it happened. And they're going to teach you a lesson. Maybe you need that lesson. Maybe you don't. But the fact is, it's going to humble you in a way where you kind of take your life more seriously and you become more respectable in what you do. Where you don't say too much, but you say just enough. You know what I mean? So, So you don't have anybody thinking bad of you or taking it out on you in a way that you might not have expected or wanted to participate in. So, anyway, we have option number 2. Option number 2 is the Ace of Cups in reverse. So sadness, separation, vulnerability, insecurity in the way you love. So you might also have a little bit of insecurity in your love life. Maybe you haven't had long-term relationships, which I don't think too many people have. But, I think that you might be very insecure. Maybe you, like, love people to the point of, like, being too clingy or being too, emotionally attached. Maybe you're, like, I, I think it's, like, camper style lover where, like, they bring everything for, like, the date and then, like, the partner's just kind of like, you fit all this in your book bag type of thing. But, like, it's not a bad thing, but it's like you're emotionally invested in, like, the first date or first impressions, stuff like that. So you're prepared. You're like a Boy Scout, Girl Scout, whatever the case. You want to put yourself in. But, yeah, it might be a little bit too much for some people, and it might just be right for that one person. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people in the world, and they have different ways of loving other people. Whether you accept it or not is entirely up to you. But yeah, with my mom, she's a lot more clingy than most. She's not like a tiger parent, but she's like overly protective of her kids because one of her kids has autism and one of her kids has PTSD and depression. So she's overly protective. And she has arthritis, so we're overprotective of her too. So, yeah, the way your parents love you is how you love other people. And some people have that standoffish parent, so they are a little bit standoffish and unemotional when it comes to emotional stuff. So, it might be a little bit like, oh, I feel weird and I feel alienated because I can't understand why this person's emotional all the time, and I can't understand why this person's so passionate all the time because my parents were very standoffish when I had good accomplishments. It was a cake party, but other than that, it wasn't really like they hugged me, kissed me, whatever the case. It wasn't like, oh, they're crying, so I must comfort them. Approach with your parents. There could have been an entirely different thing. And that happens with a lot of parents. It's not weird or unusual. I mean, some parents are not the huggy, emotional type or the lovey-dovey type. which is entirely understandable. But like you know, you're probably like, oh, I don't know how to love a person, or I don't know how to love somebody because of how they're brought up or what they want, you know, because it's either it's too much or not enough. Usually you can ask, you know. I think there was a movie like that where like there you know there was emotional boundaries, but I forget the name of the movie. Usually I can channel it and like have it, but yeah, you have to set up your own boundaries really. So you know if you want to ask, I would ask. So how option 2 will turn out, we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is excitement and passionate in love, flirtation, romance, attraction, new relationships, romantic inventiveness, and affections. So again, you can always ask how people want to have you show affection towards them because it's different for everybody. Um, so I think you'll be very successful in that. So it's going to be a spiritual journey. You're going to probably be doing a lot of your own boundaries with other people type of training as far as spirituality is, and try to read people better. But, you know, you can always ask people. Like, I feel like asking is probably a big deal to you. Like asking permission, asking about boundaries, asking because you feel like it might be a little bit semi-personal, but really it's kind of being respectful to people. So then you know, like, oh, when they do this, I'm gonna say this, or when they get a reward, I'm gonna be there with cake or something that they like, something that shows that I appreciate their accomplishments, stuff like that. So you know, it's it's entirely up to them, and it's entirely up to you. But I would ask because it is respectful, and then you know just go through the motions with a love interest or friendship, and just find out what this person likes, what this person doesn't like, and allergic reactions. I feel like allergic reactions and allergies in general are a big deal. So I would kind of know that. So in case there's ever a issue where your person breaks out into a allergic reaction, I feel it would be very romantic for you to be their knight in shining armor, princess in shining armor, stuff like that. Um, so then they don't feel like they're alone in the universe, or they might die. Because people get scared when they have an allergic reaction or they have a seizure. So it's better to know these things up front. So then it's like just asking questions, you know. And that's when you get to know somebody. You get to know their fears and what they like, don't like, allergies. Kind of vulnerable subjects, but at the same time, very generous subjects to know about. So, you know, stuff can be avoided. Anyway, group 3, I hope this helps you out in some way. And I feel like your spiritual journey will be taking you out of your comfort zone. So be prepared. It might be scary, it might be frightful, but there is an opportunity to ask all your questions. Maybe not in the same day, however, but in certain times, in certain ways, you know, probably not in dead silence. I feel like sometimes people need to, you know, calculate some things. But anyway, yeah, I do feel like it's gonna prove to you that you can come out of your comfort zone to meet new people and, you know, kind of start new things. So, just it takes some time. I feel like that's the kind of thing. It's not you getting out of your comfort zone. It's you taking time to get to know somebody on a personal level. Alright, so anyway, group 3. I hope this helps you out in some way, shape, or form. You kind of take into consideration other people. You kind of become humbled by what you know and what you don't know. And, you know, just don't be an asshole. I feel like there's too many assholes and not enough, toilet paper. Um, so it's either you're humble, you're a bragger, or you clean up the mess. You know what I mean? There's three different ways to look at things. So just try to be humble with like your achievements. Just say, yeah, I achieved a couple things this week, and it's great. But don't boast, don't brag. Believe you me, it blocks you a lot, and then you're kind of wondering why I'm not getting good things. Why is this happening? Why is everything kind of falling apart? Like, it's because you kind of did a little bit too much bragging and not enough, like, oh, I want to congratulate my friend so and so, they helped me out, or so and so over here, they helped me out. They didn't have to, they were really sweet about it. I love them dearly. We're probably gonna either collaborate, be friends, or start a new project together. So, you know, it's always good to find, people that helped you out and like congratulate them as much as you're being congratulated, so that everybody feels included. Inclusive things. Anyway, group 3, I will see you in the next reading, and hopefully, everything works out. And yeah, that's it. All right, later.